I am tearing up.
I just about screamed right now, and I'm not even there.
Now that's inspirational, Natalie. I feel inspired today. Part two of this.
I could be here for another hour.
And then I was top of my class. There were only two of us, and the other guy was in the hospital. So here I am.
And I always go, he winds up homeless on the street. It's my fault.
Yeah, now you sound like my wife.
And you can get off.
I don't know. Call it Google. Call it Google.
We're in control. Alexa, how does he get across?
Paul, I cut you off earlier. What were you going to say?
What?
Dang it! Don't do that to me, Paul. Don't do that to me, man.
I don't know what got into my head, but I thought this thought, if I'm working year round, I might as well get paid year round.
Sweet Talk is a weekly 20-minute podcast brought to you by the Continuing Education and Workforce Training Division of Idaho State University's College of Technology. Find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and SoundCloud, and subscribe today. Now, it's time to get started with Sweet Talk.
Hello, everyone. This is Jason Batalden, and we're here. Paul, I've been saying hello, everyone, now for 4 seasons, and I still can't get off to a good start of the show. What's up with that?
You think about it too much. You just go right in with the, hi, I'm Jason. You are glad to be here.
I am. You know what? I am glad to be here. We've talked about this so many times on our show that how you and I look at these podcasts is not work.
Yes. Well, that's the whole thing. It goes by so fast, and we get to meet so many interesting people and have great conversations. And this is kind of like a sunshine spot in my day.
It is,
and
right on.
After my yesterday, looking really forward to
right.
it.
Right. I don't know. Hey, I'm just going to admit it. I'm just going to come out and say it. All I know is every day the sun stays up a little longer than it did the day before. And for me, that's enough to just change my mood. I got to tell you, there's something about that I'm just appreciating.
My dog has certainly noticed.
Yeah, right. Finally go out for walks again. So hey, Paul, first of all, just in case you guys haven't already figured it out, Paul's joining us today, the co-host of the show. So we always love it when Paul and I get a chance to do these together. Hey, we have got a really great guest on the show today. We are honored to have Mayor Blad with the city of Pocatello, Idaho, on the show. And before we even just say anything more, let's get the mayor on and say, Mayor, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you very much. What a great opportunity it is for me to be able to just be with you both here, Jason and Paul. It's incredible. So thank you for the opportunity. This is really exciting for me to be on your podcast.
Well, thank you, Mayor. I got to tell you, I mean, and no disrespect to our previous podcast guests, but Paul, we've got a show with the mayor on the board. That's pretty exciting.
I know. Because of our jobs, we go to a lot of community events, and I see him everywhere. I mean, I'm kind of honored that he would take the time to spend with us, because he's a busy guy. He's at every function, every community event, and I can't see how he has the time to do all of it.
I might just break in here. I think you're giving me way too much credit. We haven't finished the show yet. When the show's finished, you might say, "Hey, wait a minute, we want to redo on this one."
Now, Mayor, how long have you been mayor of the city of Pocatello?
I've been the mayor for 12 years, since 2010. I took office in January of 2010, and so I've been doing this for a few times. I've got one more term in me anyway, and so we'll see how it goes. It's just been exciting to be able to be a part of this community and see all the great things that have happened as we have worked over the last 12 years. And I'm looking forward to the next 4 to see where we end up and what we end up doing.
So you just won re-election. Is that correct?
I did, yes.
Excellent. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, Mayor, have been on the job for 12 years. I have a little bit of feeling that the city of Pocatello looks a little different in 2022 than it did in 2010, and you've been on the board for those changes and how things are rolling. Can you just kind of talk about just that change a little bit, and just kind of as what you're seeing and what you're excited about and moving forward?
Well, boy, I mean, I could take 3 days and explain all these things, and so I will try to cut it short. But yeah, Pocatello has definitely changed in the last 12 years. We've seen economic growth like we've never seen before, which is very exciting. We've seen an unemployment rate go from double digits to today it's 1.8%. And so we've really been doing a lot of work, and there's just a lot of things happening. And Paul mentioned earlier that he goes to a lot of community events, and as you're at the community events, you find out a lot of things. And I happen to be to quite a few of those community events. One thing, before I took office, I didn't know how many activities were happening or what was going on. That first year or two, we didn't have a lot of things necessarily. We had some, but it wasn't really busy. But if you're bored in Pocatello right now, it's because you want to be bored. There are so many things that are happening, regardless of your skill set or regardless of what your interests are. If your interest is in the theater, Idaho State University does an incredible job with their plays and with the theater productions and stuff. It's just incredible to be a part of that. If you like music and stuff, we've got a great symphony here in Pocatello that is incredible to go and listen to. In fact, we have one of the best performing arts centers in the country right here in Pocatello. It's in the top 4 in the country. And so if you're looking for something like that, it's amazing to be here. Right. But then if you're interested in exercise, for example, and you want to go out and walk along the Greenway trails, back in 2010, we had about 7 miles of Greenway trails that you could do, but they're all cut up and they're in pieces. So you would walk a couple blocks and then you'd have to get in a car and drive to the next one and walk a couple blocks. Today, you can walk miles on a Greenway trail and never get in the car to drive to the next one. We've just got a number of trails that are available. If you want to go out into the wilderness, within 5 minutes of anywhere in the house, you can be hiking on trails, and it's just one of those places that's incredible to be at.
Right.
It might be why, quite frankly, Pocatello was rated in the top towns to retire in.
Exactly. In fact, thank you. That was kind of leads right into the next question. I was curious is, you brought that up, that in 2013, AARP magazine had listed Pocatello, Idaho as number 2 in the country for retirement. And not that I want to give any credit to our neighbors up north, but the most recent issue put Idaho Falls on that list as well. And what that means is, just for a corridor, Southeast Idaho corridor, people are finding that retiring in our community is really good. And how are you seeing that, and why do you think that's the case? And do you see Pocatello? How are you guys kind of looking at that population as you're moving in your planning and putting things together?
You know what, that is a great question. I think that Eastern Idaho, or Southeastern and Eastern Idaho, the I-15 corridor here, with Idaho Falls making the list finally after 10 years after.
That's right.
Pocatello did. I've got to put that dig in there.
No, it well deserved. Your Mayor, well deserved. You're absolutely right. You were doing something long, and then they had to catch up. So nice work.
That's exactly right. But when you start thinking about this corridor, I look at, I think people are interested in retiring where it's safe. I think crime is low. And in fact, we've got some of the best police departments in the state of Idaho, right here on the eastern side of the state. And so I think that the crime rate is low. I think that people are looking for clean air, clean water. I think people love 4 seasons. And one thing we have are 4 distinct seasons as we work our way through the year. And so I think there's a number of things, but one thing we've done very well is we have a lot of activities for seniors. Seniors can do just about anything they would like here. We look for their example and their mentoring when it comes to youth. We try to get them involved with as many youth programs as we can, which is phenomenal. We have the new knowledge adventures that is right here in Pocatello that seniors can take classes and college accredited classes. They can do just about anything from if they're interested in motion and fitness, we've got classes for that we include them in. If they would like to do some classes where they're lectured and they're learning a number of things, they can do that. Pocatello itself has 3 different golf courses if they like to golf.
Right.
And if I know any seniors, they like golfing, quite frankly. And so we've got 3 different golf courses, and they're all 3 completely different. You've got one up on the hill. Me personally, I would rather not golf on the hill because I could never figure out where my ball went.
Nothing against the golf course, your mayor.
Right.
Nothing. That purely is a reflection of your ability, not the golf courses.
That's 100% correct. But we could go down into the valley where it's a little more flat, where it's a little easier for me to figure out where my ball went, and it's great.
Right. Well, you brought this point up earlier, though, right? This access to culture, right? The performing arts, this access to outdoors, this access to different areas. And I think, those are essential for all areas of life. But I would assume, and my assumption is, and I'm not too far away from that magic age, but that's got to be a high priority for people who are looking at retirement. How easy is it for me to get to the things and to do the things that I'm interested in?
You know what? I think that's when I think of retirement, Jason, that's exactly what I think. I don't want to work to get somewhere that I can play. I want to be able to play wherever I am.
Right.
I want to be able to enjoy my life to the fullest when I retire. And so access is a big point for people. It's something that I think people want, they need. One thing that we have right here within, and Pocatello we've got a ton of things that you can do: hiking trails, biking trails. We have access to boating if you like to fish. We've got access to fishing within 15 or 20 minutes.
Right.
If you like the wintertime, you like to snow ski, we've got access to snow skiing. If you like cross-country skiing, we've got one of the best cross-country ski areas in the state right here within 15 to 20 minutes of where we are. And so recreation is just amazing. And then when I combine recreation to having a university like we have with Idaho State University right in town, that is so inclusive with everybody that would like to. My wife just graduated from college at 50.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you. But what's so neat about that is she felt right at home with those kids that were 20.
Right.
Because they just included. And so the opportunity to learn, the opportunity to be a part of the arts, to be in the wilderness, to do things are just right here.
Right.
What another neat thing is, a lot of people like to see wild animals and wild game. We have wild game that are just right on the outskirts of town. In fact, you have to be careful when you drive out through there because you don't get one,
That's right. Right. The auto body shops do appreciate those animals probably more than we do, I suppose.
I think that they probably do. There's no question about it. But those things are really exciting for people to see. And it doesn't matter. I mean, you see mule deer, you see moose, Occasionally you could see a mountain lion. Occasionally you can see just a number of different things right here in on the outskirts of our community. And so it's exciting to place to be, and it's fun for people to be able to see. When I think of people retiring and looking for a place to come, they're looking for a place that their family can come also and enjoy.
Yep.
All of these activities can be done with, I've got a few grandkids that are, I've got a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, and we've taken them on bike rides with us wherever we've gone. And so you can do it with any age. And it's an amazing, it's just awesome to be able to be in the middle of that stuff.
Right on. So Mayor, I guess kind of, and I don't mean to get too far on this, but this is obviously it's a dynamic and important set or part of our population in Pocatello, the retired community. Do you, moving forward, with the NKA and all the different groups that are interested in and are catering to these and offering learning and experiences and experiential opportunities, what do you see Pocatello? How are you addressing those and making sure those needs are represented in the future planning as they move forward?
That's a great question. A couple of things that we're doing. We have asked and we've tried to pull all of these groups together. The groups that you mentioned, you have New Knowledge Adventure, you have the Senior Activity Center, you have Snake River New Horizon Band Group, you have AARP, you have all of these groups that are looking for a way to, or a place to be. And so we have worked for the last couple of years to put together a senior center, not a senior center that only seniors go to, but a senior center that the community can go to and the community can be a part of. Like I said earlier in the show, we are looking to take advantage of our seniors' knowledge and literally use them to help our youth. Right. I don't think there's a better way to get our youth and our seniors working together than when you put them all in the same place. And so it's exciting to be a part of that and to see what's happening there. And so we're working to put a plan together to build a nice facility that everybody can be a part of.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that we're in the middle of right now is we've started a Boys and Girls Club. We're just in the early stages of it, but a major portion of this Boys and Girls Club is the seniors. If we don't have the seniors that are willing to step in and help with some of these classes, then it's going to be difficult at best for us to accomplish the goals that we have set for the Boys and Girls Club. But with that being said, I have yet to come across any organization that has said no when it comes to helping our youth.
Right.
And everybody seems to be excited about doing something, giving back to the community in some way.
That isn't just unique to the senior population, is it? Just talk about Pocatello in general. It's invested in the young people in the community as a whole. It's not an afterthought. Right. The young people, the kids, and keeping them and giving them opportunity is not something that you go, well, we got street lights, we got road problem, we got, housing issues, blah, blah, blah. Oh, wait a minute. Forget about it seems like that seems to be a little bit more on the forethought of thinking.
I think it absolutely is. You mentioned that it's kind of a community thing, and it really truly is a community of all ages.
Sure. And it trickles through on many different, like mayor's office, city council, just in the city organizations. Let's not forget about our kids.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, from the mayor's office, I have started a reading program for our elementary students.
Oh,
we try to get all of our elementary students collectively to read 1 million minutes in February. And
now, are you shaving
how do
head?
You measure that?
He wants to know how you measure it. I want to know what you promise. Are you shaving your head? Are you sitting in a dunk tank? What are you doing, Mayor?
That's right. Well, what we're really doing is we have a great partner in Lookout Credit Union that has said we will financially support this. If a school, if the kids read that, the ones that read the most, we're going to give $500 to. The ones that have the most participation, we're going to give $500 to. And so there's a financial incentive for that. But what's exciting, what I love about it, is when I'm walking in a grocery store and one of the second or third graders comes up to me and says, Mayor, I want to know why you want me to read. I think it's fantastic that they do that. Right. You know, but that's just something that
I got to pause there for a minute, Mary. I'm just envisioning this conversation at home with this kid. He's saying, Mom, why do I have to read? And Mom has ran through every argument she has that she could possibly think of. And she finally says, because the mayor says you have to.
It sounds like a reading is fundamental shakedown.
Yeah, I love that. That mom is exasperated. She's like, that's it. The mayor says you have to do it.
That is exactly right. You can see how that would come about, but it's one of those things that, you know, we have a lot of volunteers that go into the school.
Right.
And when we start talking about our seniors giving back, our seniors are going into the schools and they're reading with these students.
Right.
And they're helping these students. And we tell them, we don't really care what you read. I just want you reading something. And so they do that. We have a paper form to color a little book that says that they read for 15 minutes for every 15 minutes they read. And so it's been a lot of fun. In the last 2 years, with the help of everybody that has been involved in the community, they've broke over 1 million minutes.
Wow.
In February. So it's fantastic. But I think that's just one of the examples that people just jump in when there's a challenge, when there's something. They want kids to succeed as well as anything. And when they do that, the kids succeed, and so do the parents, so do the seniors, so does the community.
So does the community, right?
And that's what's most important in my mind.
Yeah. And I don't mean to, I guess, Mayor, I would assume that part of the joy of your job is the fact that you do have so many community resources, right? ISU, you have, the NKA groups, United Seizure Project groups, plus all the other entities and organizations that are in here who are here to be a resource for the community.
Oh, absolutely. What is really, really neat about my position as the mayor is that you get to see all of that unfold in front of you.
Right.
We have Idaho State University, which is just an incredible asset to our community and a great resource that is willing to do just about anything that will help benefit the community. Then you start looking at the NKA, the New Horizons Knowledge, or the New Horizons, New Knowledge Adventures. Mm-hmm. You start talking to people in the chamber events and Rotaries and our downtown area, our merchants, and pretty soon everybody's pushing in the right direction and in the same direction, and it's really, really exciting. Like I said, arts, being a part of the arts community here is very easy. Even if you don't know anything about art or the arts, you can be a part of that community because people are more than willing to jump in and help you and jump in and just do whatever they can to help you understand and know what's happening. And so it's amazing. It's an amazing place to live. And it doesn't surprise me that Pocatello has been rated up in the top 10 places to retire. And even our community up north, Idaho Falls, finally making that distinguished list there.
There we go.
Pretty good.
That's all right. And Mayor, we're gonna let that set there because we just ran out of time. So I like that you've laid down the gauntlet for our northern brothers and sisters up here and up in Idaho Falls. But yeah, we just ran out of time on that, Mayor. Thank you so much. We hit our limit. I got to tell you, I just want to say thank you, Mayor. It was a fun conversation. I'll let you, and also I think I owe you something for letting me tease you about your golf game just a little bit.
I don't think you owe me anything. I was thinking, when was he in the cart next to me golfing?
Yeah, I wasn't. I was in the fairway next to you. You were going. That's right. You were playing through, Mayor.
My golf ball.
That's right. You were playing through, Mayor.
So, Mayor Blad, if someone wanted to get a hold of you or your office, how would they do that?
Email, they could email at mayor@pocatello.us, or they could call my office at 208-234-6163.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Yep, thank you.
All right. And if you want to get a hold of us here at Continuing Education Workforce Training, you can do that by emailing us at cetrain at isu.edu. That is cetrain at isu.edu. You can call us. You can just call us. We like talking to people on the phone. 208-282-3372. Or just check out the website at cetrain.isu.edu. So, this was a great conversation, Mayor. Can't wait to do it again with you sometime. So keep us in mind when you got some big adventure and you want to talk about it. We'd love to have you back on the show.
Yes, thank you so much.
Absolutely. That would be fantastic. Thank you.